So an update coming in following the video that was put up earlier on about the assault of an Irish woman, East Wall, Dublin, assaulted by a man who knocked her to the ground allegedly, then kicked her in the stomach, then was apprehended by local Irishmen before Garda finally arrived on the scene and took him away in the back of a squad car. No handcuffs. Didn't look like any interviews took place with the people or statements were taken from the witnesses that were there at the time, but the perpetrator was spirited away. Now, it's been an interesting day in Dublin. We're going to hear also a very quick clip from somebody in the People Before Profit camp, or should I say Profit Before People camp, a councillor in Dublin who's pontificating about immigrants not being the problem, how Irish people are the problem, how if you throw a stone at a foreigner in Ireland, be careful in case you hit one of your own clansmen. And by the way, I'm not advocating anyone picks up stones and launches them in anybody's direction, but you're going to see the absurdity of this narrative that's coming out and being pushed by the left, especially this week. So factual information, let's have a look. Very scant on the ground, I must admit. Also, man charged following assault in East Wall. This was reported on today at around 3 p.m. by Dublin Live. Garda arrested the man on East Wall this morning after receiving reports of an assault near Fairview Park. So he has been arrested and he has been charged. Garda arrested the man on East Wall Road. The man, aged in his 30s, was charged and appeared before the courts this morning. A spokesperson said Garda arrested a man following a reported incident of assault on East Wall, Dublin 3. The man, aged in his 30s, was charged and appeared before the criminal courts of justice this morning. As this matter is now before the courts, we are unable to provide any further information. Well, they're certainly not telling us that he was a white Irishman, which they have been doing a lot of recently. Or, for example, the assault that happened on the national Indian man in Tala, very unfortunate assault. Apparently, it was carried out by a gang of up to 30 youths. People say they're from that area. People say they were a group of Irish lads. There's been no arrest. There's been no evidence to back that claim up either. So, you know, we can't speculate about stuff like that. We'll have to keep to the facts. So we're going to see a clip, a little bit of extra footage here as well from one of the men that helped to apprehend this guy before he was taken away. Just a quick clip just for those who don't know. Check this out and also check out the video that I uploaded earlier on today. There'll be a link to it at the very end of this in the final scenes or the final seconds of this video. But here's the man in question who was taken away, a man in his 30s.
Can you tell me what happened?
Look at this fella. He's out there hitting a poor girl there in the run down there. Look, he kicked her. Why did you do it?
And kicked the phone now.
Why did you do it? Why did you do it?
I'm not making this.
Why did you?
This is the man. This is the man in question, allegedly, who shoulder charged a woman to the ground along the canal before kicking her in the stomach. And here he is looking very sheepish, rubbing his head with his freshly painted fingernails and his dyed hair. So let's have a see if he says anything here, which he doesn't.
She didn't hurt you.
I swear to God,
she didn't do one.
She didn't do one.
Don't fucking come over to this country. Don't come over to this country and act the fucking bollocks, because they'll throw you in that fucking river.
No point, pal.
You fucking wanker.
Housebreaker in the new law.
This is apparently the same guy who was caught in Belfast in March, breaking into houses in the New Lodge before he was ran out of town by the locals also. Is it him? Is it not him? Has he dyed his hair ginger? Has he changed his lipstick? I don't know. But what I said earlier on also stands here. Even if this wasn't the guy, it makes no odds. The first guy that you saw was taken away by the guards in relation to this alleged assault in Dublin East Wall today.
Housebreaker, scumbag.
Why did you?
Can you get lost, please? I'm dealing with something here and it's none of your business.
What?
Okay?
Going around
Professional Garda telling this lady to get lost. It's none of her business, even though they're in a public place. This man's just allegedly committed an offence. He's been arrested or detained by locals because he put a woman's life potentially at risk. But of course, the guards turn their back to him and start harassing and being rude and obnoxious to this local Irish woman.
Attacking Irish women, are you? You're going around attacking Irish women. You're going around attacking Irish women. How dare you do that? That woman out on a jog. How dare you do that to an Irish woman? How dare you? What have you got to say for yourself?
Yeah, it's none of your business, okay?
No, it is. It's the public's business, Dad.
He's a coward.
How dare you? How dare you attack an Irish woman? How dare...
Look at this. Look at the audacity of this specimen giving the obscene gestures from the back of a Garda car. The Garda, notice they're very verbal with the lady. They tell her to shut up and mind her own business and move on. It's none of her business. They haven't done anything about this guy. Haven't even restrained him. And if they had have handcuffed him, by the way, he wouldn't have been able to throw up obscene gestures to this lady while in the back of a Garda car. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah, is that what you have to say? You horrible, horrible person. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a coward hitting women.
You're a coward.
Hitting
You
women,
look with your nail polish on.
Dare you?
What country are you from? Pardon what you say?
No, listen, fracture up, go.
Where are you from?
Where are you, little coward?
Where are you, coward? You won't walk these streets. Go home. You're better off going home.
You're the fucking man.
You bleeding coward. Go on. Yeah, I'm grand. Go on, you coward.
So off they go in the back of the squad car. I don't know. He was taken to, court after that. Apparently, he was taken and arrested. He was arrested and he's been charged with this assault down on the East Wall. Now we're going to hear very briefly a speech today that was delivered, or it was delivered recently in relation to, what's happening on the streets from the far left perspective. And you can listen to this guff in relation to what you have just seen and witnessed with your own two eyes that happened today. This is from Prophet Before People. Yes, Prophet Before People, councillor, I believe, who's also based in Dublin.
It is not right. And if the far right want to claim that they speak on behalf of Ireland, we need to be the ones who say, no, that's us. And I have to, this is a fact, right?
This is a fact. Get ready. He's about to hit you with a fact. A fact.
It is not migrants who are coming here trying to make a life for themselves who are making Ireland dangerous.
It's not migrants coming here trying to make a life for themselves that are making Ireland dangerous. What have you just seen in the previous clip? I'm not saying everybody is, because I don't tar everybody with the same brush, unlike some people. But to sit there and say this is a fact, the fact is that it's not the migrants that are coming into Ireland making people's lives dangerous. No, it's Irish people. Listen, it's own words.
It is the vigilantes who are out in our streets attacking people, burning down.
Round of applause. It's the vigilantes out in the streets. The men of Ireland protected that woman today on the canal. What would have happened had that not happened in broad daylight? What would have happened had that not been a busy parkway? What would have happened if those men had not been there to restrain that man before members of An Garda Síochána arrived, the so-called far-right men of Ireland? Putting people's lives in danger or saving lives, potentially stopping women from being injured further. And again, I'm not tarring everybody with the same brush, because not everybody out there has good intentions when they're on the streets. But my point is, you can't blanket everyone to say that they're extremists, and if they're out trying to protect their women and children and trying to protect their own areas, that there's some extreme dangerous vigilantes. They're not. Thank God for those men that were there, and those women that were there today also, that assisted that lady that was attacked, that assisted An Garda Síochána and restrained that man and held him until they arrived.
An Irish revolutionary hero, James Connolly, said, "Let no Irishman throw a stone at a foreigner because he might hit his own clansmen." And it's absolutely true.
Let no Irishman throw a stone at a foreigner unless he could hit one of his own clansmen, according to James Connolly. Well, if you were to metaphorically throw a rock at this guy, I would think it's fair to say that you won't be hitting one of your own clansmen. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. What do you think? Even this guy's confused. Would you be hitting one of your own clans people? And I'm not advocating throwing stones, but he's quoting James Connolly, how we need to be careful in what we do. And I'm just putting it out there and challenging it.
Ireland's about diversity and inclusion. Ireland is about standing up for the small person. Ireland is about fighting hatred and racism and imperialism. Thanks.
Imperialism, standing up for the small person. Yeah, the small person was stood up for today. The small person was stood up for. The small person was the woman who was assaulted along that canal. The small person was the woman in East Wall. The small person was knocked to the ground, shoulder charged to the ground, allegedly by a man, and then kicked by the same man before he was taken away, making obscene gestures to another woman. Those are the small people. Those are the small people. Or have I got it completely wrong here? As always, leave me your thoughts, comments below. Feel free to share this video wherever you want. We need some balance. We need some balance here. We need some balance. For now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media. Over and out.